There are all kinds of terms used in the online business industry that can make getting started seem overwhelming to those new to the field. I've put a glossary with industry terms, including acronyms, that should help you get on your way to understanding the terms associated with online business. There are also links to references where you can learn more. If you're new to the field, this will help you learn faster and understand what's going on in the industry. And don't forget to press on subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and let's get started. A. AdSense. The Google AdSense program allows publishers to run relevant ads in their sites. It's a single source for getting a large volume of advertisers, which come from the Google AdWords program. AdWords advertisers bid on ads on various publishers' sites through Google's contextual advertising network. Publishers get a share of the ad revenue when a visitor clicks on the AdSense ad. The AdSense program keeps track of everything and maintains all the ad inventory, even showing the right ads for the right web page. It's fast and easy for publishers. They can choose to run image ads, text-based ads, animated graphics, or even video ads from within the AdSense account. It's impossible to earn a lot of money from the Google AdSense program, so it's not just about nickels and dimes. AdSense can be easier than affiliate marketing since you don't need anyone to buy anything from you. You just need to click on an AdSense ad and you will earn a percentage of the advertising money. Google Ads. The Google Ads program, which used to be known as AdWords, offers small businesses the ability to run ads on the Google Search Network. You can choose to run ads on the search results pages, or you may choose to run ads in Google's contextual advertising network, which includes websites in the Google AdSense program. With Google Ads, you control where your ads run and the price you're willing to pay, which makes it attractive for businesses with any size budget. You pay per click, so anytime someone clicks on your ad, you'll pay either your maximum bid per click or a portion of it, depending on the maximum bids of your competitors. You can also choose exact key phrases you'd like your ads to run for, so it's a very controlled platform to advertise on. Affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is a type of cost per action or CPA marketing where you get paid a commission when a sale is made. As an affiliate, you're essentially providing a service for the merchant where you help them promote their products and services in exchange for a portion of the sale. There are many product and service providers who offer independent affiliate programs. You can search for these online using a search engine, and there are many affiliate hubs like cj.com and clickbank.com that have many affiliate programs for you to choose from all in one marketplace. Algorithms. An algorithm is a computerized process for running calculations. In online business, you'll commonly hear about algorithms in regards to search engine updates. As search engines update their algorithms, websites rise and fall in the search engine results pages. Although the algorithms are routinely updated, the end result of the search engines is to try to rank the best sites highest. Keeping that in mind as you build your site can give you an edge. Authority. Authority in the online world typically refers to trusted sites within a market or niche. For example, CNN.com is trusted and recommended for the news and information. It's widely thought of as an authority. Many people trust it and as a result, link to it so it gets a lot of traffic. Ideally, you want to become an authority in your topic if you're running an online business. This is the top of the food chain in online business and results in a lot of branding and traffic within your market. Autoresponder. An autoresponder is a program that automatically sends out emails. Autoresponders can be really simple. If you've ever sent in a request through a web form or help desk, you may have gotten a reply back immediately that says something like, "We've got your request," and tried to reply to all inquiries within 24 hours. Those are sent by an autoresponder, and that's an example of a simple autoresponder. But there are much more complex autoresponders. These can be set up to send out automated replies when someone opts into a web form. For instance, you may set one up to send out a newsletter. Each person who opts into the web form will be added to an autoresponder that'll send out newsletters or follow-up email sequences. B. Bandwidth. Bandwidth is a measurement of the allowable amount of data that can be transferred from your web hosting server. When it's used by a web host, bandwidth generally means how much data can be transferred monthly to the visitors of your website. If you've got a lot of traffic to your site, you'll need more bandwidth. Once you reach the maximum bandwidth allotted by your host, your site will no longer be accessible to visitors or to search engines. So, you want to watch your monthly usage. You may need to upgrade hosting plans if you're getting close to the maximum. Banner ad. A banner ad is a commonly used form of advertising online. These can be as simple as a box with text, have elaborate designs, or even use flash, which can attract a lot of attention. Black Hat SEO. Black Hat SEO is any type of search engine optimization that goes against the quality guidelines of the search engines. It can refer to on-site or off-site optimization, commonly called link building or both. Although a particular search engine may not want you to engage in black hat practices, they're typically not immoral practices. Many SEOs use black hat tactics to research how search engines work, and many SEO firms will use them to get their client sites ranking high. What's important is to first understand the risks of any promotional tactics you may be outsourcing or hiring out. Anyone who doesn't disclose the risks of a particular link building service should not be trusted or hired. Blog. A blog is traditionally described as an online journal or diary. Most popular blogs are frequently updated. It may include opinions as well as comments from users. The latest post or article on a blog is presented first, and they move backward from there. There are many open source and free blogging platforms which help to make blogs a really popular choice for building websites. WordPress is the most popular blogging platform. Blog roll. A blog roll is common on many blogs. It's a list usually in the sidebar, where the owner of the blog lists out other sites or blogs they like and read. The sites or blogs they list are usually within the same market, so a blog roll often serves as a way for the visitors to get more information on the topic. Bookmarks. Just like you'd use a bookmark to mark a page in a book, you can use bookmarks online to mark interesting web pages so you can find them later. There are many online tools to enable you to do this. Many web browsers allow you to bookmark or favorite your pages, and there are many sites that do the same. Delicious.com and Reddit.com are two popular bookmarking sites. Bounce rate. The bounce rate of a website is the percentage of visitors who only view one page and then leave the site. So visitors only visit one page, also known as the entry page, and then move off the site, also known as bounce. Brand. Brands enable you with a way to stand apart from your competitors. Your branding can be as simple as your name and your logo to more complex branding that filters into every aspect of your website, your graphics, your marketing, and your solutions. Broken link. Broken links can lead to either nowhere or the wrong page. If the broken link leads to nowhere, then they will trigger a 404 page not found error. It's important to check for broken links on your site. These will cause you to lose visitors and may even impact your rankings in the search engines. You can use a broken link checker that crawls your site and reports back which links may be broken. Browser. A browser is a software application that displays files from the internet. It allows you to view text-based content and images, as well as stream audio and video files. You need a web browser to surf or browse the web. Popular browsers include Internet Explorer and Firefox. C. Can spam. Can spam is a legal act signed into law in 2003. It was the first act for the United States dealing with sending commercial email and is enforceable by the Federal Trade Commission or FTC. Click-through. A click-through is the number of visitors who click on a link, banner ad, or form. It's often called the click-through rate and is abbreviated CTR. If you have a link set up and 1 out of every 100 people click on it, then your CTR is 1%. Click-through rates can be measured for almost anything online, from the rate at which people click through your ads to the rate people click on the links in your emails. CMS. Content Management Systems, or CMS, are tools used to help publishers build a website and easily post and update content. There are many types of content management systems. You can choose from open source and commercial tools. One of the most popular content management systems is WordPress, an open source and free tool used commonly by bloggers and online publishers. Comments. Comments are a written reply from your website visitors related to the content on your site. If you allow comments on your web pages, you can interact with your visitors. Comments allow you to gain valuable feedback from visitors. Commission. A commission is a payment you receive for your services. You can receive commissions for helping other businesses promote their products or services. This is often called affiliate marketing and is a big business online. When a visitor clicks on your affiliate link, a cookie is placed with the merchant. If the visitor buys or as specified by the merchant fills out a form, you gain a commission. Content. Content refers to the purpose of a web page and the message it's trying to convey. A web page can have text-based content or non-text-based content, which may include audio, video, or images. The content on your site often determines how valuable and useful it is and to who. Conversion rate. Your conversion rate is the number of visitors to your web page that engage and perform any specified activity. For example, if your web page has an opt-in form, then your conversion rate is the number of visitors who will fill that form out and request information from you or want to be added to your mailing list. If you have 100 visitors to your web page and only one decides to take the required action and opt in, then your conversion rate is 1%. You can increase your conversion rate by changing the copy on your page or copywriting, the images or the offer. Sales page are judged by conversion rate, as are affiliate pages, and really any page where you desire a visitor to take action. Cookie. In the online world, a cookie is a message given to a web browser by the server. The browser stores that message or cookie in a file, and each time the browser reloads the page, the message gets sent back to the server, so it's stored. This is really useful in affiliate marketing, as affiliates have a special link they embed on a web page. When a prospect clicks on that link, they're usually taken to a promotional page or the shopping cart checkout page and are cookied. That means the affiliate ID is going to be recorded, as the referrer and the affiliate will receive a commission. There are many other uses for cookies online outside of affiliate marketing. Copyright. A copyright is a type of intellectual property that relates to the protection of information like a piece of written work or a graphic design that is not for use in the public domain. If a written or graphic work is in the public domain, anyone can do what they like with it, whereas copyrighted works may not be reprinted anywhere. Here is a link to the U.S. Copyright Office where you can learn more about copyrights and apply for one. Copywriting. Copywriting is the act of writing a sales or marketing piece. All text-based marketing messages use the art of copywriting. Good copywriters can charge high fees as their copy will result in high conversion rates. CPA, or cost per action. Cost per action, or CPA marketing, is where the merchant pays a set amount when the visitor performs a specific action. The action can be when a product or service is purchased, which is typically called affiliate marketing, or even when a form is filled out. CPM, or cost per mile. Cost per mile is also called cost per thousand, or CPM or CPT, and it refers to the cost of the advertising for every 1,000 views. It's a standard unit of measure in the advertising world. With this model, you pay a set fee for 1,000 estimated views, whether the visitors click on your ad, buys, or takes action. CRM, Customer Relations Management. Customer Relations Management software is a database of names and contact information for people interested in what you offer. The contacts can be prospects or customers or both. A simple CRM is an autoresponder, but many CRM solutions also have e-commerce functions built in. That way, you can keep track of your contacts, run an affiliate program, and take orders all from one software application. D. Data transfer. Data transfer is the amount of information measured in bytes per second that is transferred back and forth from the visitor to the server your domain is hosted on. The host may choose whether to include FTP as a data transfer. Data transfer is the rate at which information travels across a certain node and is comparable to traffic flow. In theory, the higher the speed limit and the wider the highway, the more traffic will move through it. Do not confuse data transfer with bandwidth. Data transfer is the actual consumption of bandwidth, which represents the amount of data that can be transferred. This sets the maximum limit of the transfer, and data transfer gives the current transferring stats. Dedicated hosting. A dedicated hosting service is a type of internet hosting where the client rents a whole server without sharing it with anyone else. Dedicated hosting has several advantages over shared hosting, which is exactly the opposite, just as its name suggests. One of the main advantages is that the client benefits from better security services and improved server performance. Nonetheless, these benefits come with a price, and that's usually not a cheap one, given the fact that the client rents the entire server. De-indexing. De-indexing occurs when your website or pages on your site are no longer listed in a particular search engine, usually Google, as they currently own the market share. De-indexing may happen for many reasons. One common reason is when a page on your site doesn't have links going back to it. It can be isolated to the point where the search engines cannot see or find it. De-indexing can also happen if your web pages or site has been offline for a long time. Demographics. Demographics are statistical characteristics of human populations like age and income level. They're used by companies to identify the market for their products. Demographics are applied to identify who the customers are, where they reside, as well as how likely they are to buy your goods. By studying your consumers and potential consumers through demographics, it's easier to identify fluctuating requirements in the market and adjust them. Directory. A web directory is a site dedicated to listing and linking out to other websites. Many web directories are general and will accept virtually any type of site meeting their requirements, while some are topic-specific. For example, you might see a legal directory with links and listings for many legal sites. Domain name. A domain name is essentially an address on the web. Just like a mailing address, it consists of letters and may include numbers. Domain names are followed by a suffix. A few of the more common suffixes are .com, .edu, or .org. If you're getting ready to purchase a domain name, you can choose from many domain registers to register your domain name with. The costs associated with registering a domain are pretty low, typically around $20 a year. Drop shipping. Drop shipping is a technique where retailers work with their manufacturers or distributors to deliver merchandise directly to their customers' doorsteps. It's an arrangement that seeks to get rid of unnecessary delays and high storage charges. This delivery arrangement is seen as a smart method of conducting business as it allows retailers to deal with a wide variety of products at the same time. Duplicate content. Just as the name implies, the term duplicate content refers to the content that has been already published on the internet. Generally, this refers to articles. This concept is mainly used in search engine optimization. E-commerce. E-commerce refers to purchasing or selling certain products or services online via the internet. It also refers to any type of transaction that is made using an electronic device. E-commerce can be completed through many modes. There are two important types of e-commerce: B2B, which refers to business commerce, and B2C, which is e-commerce between a business and a consumer. Email spam. Email spam is where an individual or company sends out an email blast with the same or nearly the same email message to many email addresses. Much email spam contains links that lead the recipient to web pages with viruses or those set up to collect secure information to use maliciously. But it's important to note that you don't need malicious intent in order to be classified as sending email spam. If you don't know the people you're sending emails to, you should think twice before sending out bulk messages to email addresses. Even if the emails are not commercial in nature, it can be considered unsolicited bulk email and classified as email spam. EPC, or earnings per click. Earnings per click, or EPC, is a common practice of estimating how much your earnings potential is based on the average number of clicks it takes for you to make money. If you get 100 visitors to click on your ad and one buys a $100 product, then you can say you've earned $100 per 100 clicks. In that case, your EPC is $1. External links. External links include those on your site leading to other sites you don't own or control. They're often given as a reference or resource to the content on your pages. Favicon. Favicons are tiny icons that appear to the left of the URL in a web browser. To get a favicon to show up next to your URL, you need to upload an image named favicon.ico right in the root of your web server directory. FTP, or File Transfer Protocol. FTP is a protocol for transferring data across a network, typically from your computer to the web. Dreamweaver comes with a built-in FTP manager. Geotargeting. Geotargeting is a technique used by businesses to target potential clients. Since people coming from different countries or areas will have different preferences, it's best to provide them with what they need. This increases the chances of selling products or services to them and of making your company look relevant to their needs. Headings. Headings are used to define the content structure. Just as article titles gives us a glimpse of what's contained in an article, different headings and subheadings tell the reader what's in store for them throughout the different sections of a piece of content. HTML headings are represented using the tags with the least importance. Here's an example of how to use the tags. Heading. The backlash after the last tag is used to indicate that this is a closing tag. This is essential so that the compiler can know the end of the heading. Search engines make use of HTML headings to index the content and structure of your pages. Headline. A headline is also referred to as the title of an article or piece of content. It's typically placed at the beginning of the article and should encourage readers to read through the content. Writing effective headlines is an art form in itself. It's well worth it to spend some time thinking about a good headline for each piece of content you create. Homepage. The homepage of your site is the same as the index page. HTML. HTML, also known as Hypertext Markup Language, is a formatting language used by web browsers in order to dynamically format web pages. It has originally evolved from SGML, or Standard Generalized Markup Language, and it follows most of the markup conventions that are used in the publishing industry. However, HTML is not actually a programming language. It's a markup language that was not intended to be able to control all aspects of the document layout, but to format the content of a web page. HTTP. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP provides a standard way for your web browser and the server running a web page to communicate. It's basically how they connect and gather data that you then see on your screen. Hyperlink or link. A hyperlink is a reference to something that the reader can follow directly with a single click. When clicked, the hyperlink will then take the reader to a different web page or document. Normally, the hyperlink is embedded within a word or phrase in a line of text. The hyperlinked phrase is usually highlighted with blue letters and changes the mouse pointer when the reader hovers over the link. This is done to distinguish the hyperlink from normal text. Internal link. Technically, internal links are hyperlinks that are a navigation element or a reference in a page from a certain domain or website that targets the same domain or website as the one where the link exists or the source. In other words, there are links within the website that direct visitors to another page from the same website. If used properly, strong internal links can bring a significant improvement to your rankings. Internet marketing. Internet marketing is the act of marketing products or services on the internet. It can also be thought of as advertising through the internet. This is a broad term that involves aspects of web design, web development, creativity, scalability, market identification, advertising, and sales. IP address. An IP address is short for Internet Protocol Address. It's just a set of numbers used to locate servers or computers online. It's a great invention of modern computer technology, which allows one computer to communicate with another computer using the internet. There are two types of IP addresses: a dynamic IP address, which is temporary and is assigned by your internet service provider, and a static IP address, which is permanent and is exclusive to your computer. ISP. An ISP, or Internet Service Provider, is a company providing the user or individuals and businesses access to the internet. JavaScript. A scripting language used by web developers to build interactive sites. Joomla. Joomla is a popular open-source CMS or content management system. Joomla is used to create websites and online applications. According to their website, there are over 200,000 community users and contributors for Joomla. Keyword density. Keyword density can be defined simply as the number of times a specified keyword or key phrase appears on a web page, expressed as a percentage of the total number of words on the page. It's particularly important in the perspective of search engine optimization, or SEO, where it's used in evaluation of the relevance of a web page to a particular keyword or key phrase. Keyword stuffing. Keyword stuffing is the practice where webmasters repeat particular words throughout their content in the hopes of ranking higher in the search engines. Keyword stuffing fits into the category of black hat SEO and is highly discouraged. Keyword tools. Keyword tools help online advertisers establish the search capacity and user behaviors associated with keywords. These tools pick the best words that can be used according to the particular niche. Keyword research is essential in order to have the best rankings, so there's a lot of focus on it by SEO experts. Landing page. Landing pages refer to a page on a website where a lot of the traffic is driven to specially paid traffic. In many instances, landing pages act as an advertisement for a particular service or item. Link building. Link building refers to the process of getting links to a website from other websites. Links from authority websites carry more value. Similarly, links from spam websites can have a negative impact on the website rankings. Mambo. Mambo is a popular open-source CMS or content management system used by many to build websites quickly and easily. Manual penalty. A manual penalty is typically referred to as a penalty given by the Google Web Spam team For sites that are thought to violate their webmaster guidelines, you can find out more about these guidelines by visiting the official Google web page here. Manual review. A manual review, as opposed to a machine review, is when a human being goes through an article or a website to determine whether or not it's valuable or useful. This is typically used in SEO to refer to instances where the Google Web Spam team manually review the search engine results pages in order to find high-ranking pages and sites that fit into the category of what considered web spam. Market research. Just as the name suggests, market research refers to the gathering of information about a particular market. This is an essential aspect every new business should take into account. Market research must be done thoroughly, and it involves monitoring a company's main competitors along with checking the price-quality relationship and the size of the market. Merchant account. A merchant account is traditionally a specific type of account that allows companies and entrepreneurs to receive payments by credit or debit cards. It's possible to establish a merchant account under a legal agreement between a merchant acquiring bank and an acceptor for the settlement of a wide variety of payments. These payments may be issued by means of credit or debit card transactions. Meta description. Meta descriptions can be described as HTML or XHTML attributes that provide short and concise explanations of the content of web pages to search engines. Meta descriptions should have a direct relevance to the page, and in normal circumstances, these descriptions usually contain 150 to 200 characters. These descriptions may be shown to web surfers within the search engine results pages, so it's worth the effort to write a useful, compelling meta description. Meta tags. Meta tags provide general information about each page on your site. Visitors don't see these. They're put within the tags of your pages and give information like who created the page, what it's about, and key phrases related to the page. Search engines may use some of this information for categorizing web pages, but there's a lot more to SEO than meta tags. Monetize. Monetizing your page refers to how you're going to earn from your site. You may monetize a site with AdSense, affiliate or CPA officers, or even place ads on your own pages for your own products or services. And name server. If name servers didn't exist, then we would all type in a website's IP address instead of domain names. Name server translate domain names into IP addresses. When you buy a domain name, there's usually a place in the register's records where you can update your name servers. You'll need to include at least 2 name servers in these spaces. Name servers usually look like this: ns1.nameofserver.com and ns2.nameofserver.com. The second name server is a backup. Niche. A niche is a subject of a broader market. For example, exercise is a market, while Pilates can be thought of as a niche of that broader market. When you're building your online business, figuring out your niche should be your first step. You want to decide how broad or narrow you're going to pursue your topic when you first get started. You can always expand, but it's important to consider your options up front. It's usually easier to target a more narrow subset or niche at first and then expand later on. Nofollow. The nofollow tag is a small piece of code that tells search engines not to pass any link authority to the page the link goes out to. Links that include the nofollow tag are thought to not impact the page's ranking in the search engines. Open source. Open source typically means the end product is free and you have access to the code and the ability to change it as needed. WordPress, Mambo, Joomla, and Drupal are all open source content management systems. They're free and many small businesses have developed tools to work with them. Opt-in. The opt-in is to give explicit permission to an organization or individual to regularly send you information or to offer you a service. The opt-in clause is used to protect consumers against unscrupulous marketers who send unsolicited information or advertising for products or services. Organic search results. Organic search results refer to the listings that appear on the search engine results page. In a nutshell, these are the most relevant results to a particular keyword. Search engine algorithms are the elements that decide how relevant a website is to a particular keyword based on a wide variety of aspects such as keyword density. Outsourcing. Outsourcing is where you contract out work instead of hiring an in-house employee. For many small businesses, the stress of hiring a full or part-time employee is too much, not to mention the cost, so they outsource the work. This can include virtually anything from customer support to web development. You don't need to hire a contractor outside of your native country in order for it to be considered outsourcing. Page view. A page view is a common measurement of web traffic. It refers to how many times a page on your site has been loaded. In order to find the number of page views, you would take all the pages on your site, count up the number of times each one has been loaded, and add that all together to get the total number of page views for any given amount of time. People typically want to know the number of page views per day or month across their website. Pixel. The smallest element of a digital image is called a pixel. The size of an image is usually described in pixels. For example, if you're going to have a favicon, you need a 16 by 16 pixel image. PPC or pay-per-click. Pay-per-click or PPC is an online advertising model where you pay a certain amount for each click. It's also called cost per click. AdWords is a PPC model, but there are many other websites that have their own PPC opportunities. Click fraud can be a problem with the PPC model where competitors click on ads just to drive expenses up. Query. A query in the online business world usually relates to the key phrases a searcher typed into a search engine or search box online. If you type in how to train your dog into a search engine, then how to train your dog is the query. R. Reciprocal links. Reciprocal linking is a situation where two websites help each other out by linking back to each other. Site A links back to Site B, and Site B links back to Site A. This type of linking helps boost sites' rankings in the search engines, but it's considered a manipulative practice and is not advised. Redirect. A redirect occurs when a visitor lands on a page that doesn't exist and then immediately gets transferred to a new page. Often it happens so quickly that the visitor doesn't notice they're redirected. It's very useful for moving pages from one URL to another or even moving entire sites. Registrar. A registrar is a company that registers domain names. You should get a domain name for your business and will need to register it from a domain registrar. RSS, Really Simple Syndication. Really Simple Syndication, or RSS, is mainly used to publish content that is updated frequently. This allows the audience to receive all of the information from one source, even if the content comes from multiple sources. This collection of content is called an RSS feed. S. SERPs, or Search Engine Results Pages. When a search query is performed through a search engine, the results are referred to as the SERPs, or Search Engine Results Pages. These pages are given a great deal of attention by those in the SEO industry because they directly impact a website's ability to be reached online. The results in the SERPs are in theory in direct relation to the relevance of any given keyword. If you search for any given key phrase or word, it is the search engine's goal to deliver you the most relevant and useful information on the first page of the SERPs for that information. Server. A server is traditionally described as a computer hardware system. A server's main purpose as a web host is to provide and run several services at the same time. The users of other computers that are connected to the same network as the server are able to use the network effectively. A server is of paramount importance to a network because without a fully functional server, the network cannot operate effectively. SEO, Search Engine Optimization. Search Engine Optimization, or SEO, refers to the set of techniques for getting the pages of a website ranking high in the search engines. Ideally, you want the highest rankings possible across as many targeted key phrases as you can get. SEO is broken down into two main subsets: on-site optimization and off-site optimization. On-site optimization refers to all the techniques used on web pages or across a domain. These include strategies like incorporating key phrases into content, the use of title elements, and internal linking structures. Off-site optimization refers to link building tactics in order to make a website look more popular in the hopes of getting higher rankings. Shared hosting. Shared hosting is a type of web hosting where you share a web server. With shared hosting, your site only takes up part of the server space available, while other sites owned by other individuals or businesses take up the rest. Shared hosting plans are typically much cheaper than dedicated server plans, which is the main draw. A few of the disadvantages of shared hosting include that you will have less space, although it may still be enough. You will not be able to personalize your server, and you can have more security threats. Shopping cart. A shopping cart is a type of software used for e-commerce purposes. Its basic function is to create an electronic version of a real-life shopping cart that you would find in the grocery store. As a customer shops through a particular e-commerce site, they're able to use this software to hold their items before they pay for their order. This allows them to add products as they browse through the e-commerce site as opposed to purchasing them one by one. Sitemaps. A sitemap contains a list of all the pages on a website in an organized fashion. Sitemaps are generally used by search engine crawlers to index web pages, but they're also accessible to users. There are two main versions of a sitemap, an XML sitemap and an HTML sitemap. An XML sitemap is very structured and is intended for search engine crawlers so that they can easily index a site. A user will not find much use for the XML version of a site sitemap. An HTML sitemap is made for the user. It's not as structured, but it's better designed so that the user can navigate through it more easily. HTML sitemaps are useful when a user has trouble navigating through a large site or is looking for a specific page on a site. SMTP, or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. SMTP is, with no doubt, one of the most dominant protocols used for both sending and receiving email over the internet. It has become a standardized method for sending and receiving emails. Since it's text-based, learning the SMTP protocol is quite easy. Most email programs that send mail via the internet are using this protocol from a mail client to a mail server or from a mail server to another. SMTP is also used for sending messages from a certain mail client to a server. Due to this fact, it's also required that you specify the IMAP or POP server along with the SMTP server before you attempt to configure your email application. Most server administrators decide whether clients will use TCP port 25 or port 587 in order to relay outbound mail to the mail server. Social media. Social media refers to the interactive platforms people use in order to keep in touch with each other and distribute content. There are different types of social media technologies. Forums, social networks, social bookmarking, blogs or weblogs are just a few. Social networks are some of the most popular sites on the internet, especially after the development of Facebook. They've become so popular that developers have created applications for mobile phones so people can view their social network profiles from anywhere. Spam. Spam can be divided up to refer to email spam or web spam. Split testing. Finding the more effective way to increase conversion rates becomes a reality with split testing. Split testing is also known as A/B testing. With split testing, you can compare two or more versions of a web page or email to gain a clear-cut idea about the effectiveness of the campaign. You can analyze the results to identify the exact responses and reactions of the subscribers or visitors. Split testing provides marketers with a unique ability to test and improve their online marketing messages. SSL, or Secure Sockets Layer. An SSL, or Secure Sockets Layer, is a commonly used protocol designed to allow programs to transmit information through the internet in a secure way. An SSL will send the information in an encrypted form, which requires a key for a decipher. The SSL creates two keys, a public and a private key. When the information is transmitted, the keys are exchanged. This allows for the safe transmission of information through the web. First, the user will accept the public key from the SSL secured site. The user will then send the site their own key to the site. This tells the site to send the user a type of password, which will encrypt the information that's being exchanged between the two parties. The user's computer will then use the key to decrypt the encrypted information. This entire process is done between the site and the user's computer and doesn't require any user input. Subdomain. A subdomain is similar to a new website, but you don't need a new domain for it, as it is linked to your main domain. A subdomain is much like a subdirectory. The only difference is that it appears before your domain instead of appearing after the domain. An example of a subdomain is abc.yourdomain.com. A subdomain gets stored in the root folder of the main website. You can create as many subdomains associated with your main domain as you want, as they are free and easy to create. You don't need to register subdomains like a normal domain name or need to renew them each year. You can easily set up a subdomain by logging into the cPanel of your hosting account. From there, it's a simple process that just takes a few minutes' time. T. Toolbar. A toolbar is basically a user interface component that contains a set of command buttons or toggles for a computer program. A toolbar usually provides quick shortcuts to frequently used application features along with additional options. It may appear as a single row of icons under the menu bar, or a distinct frame layout in a number of rows and columns. Compared to pull-down menus, which have to be selected quite laboriously, toolbars are fast, convenient, and efficient. Most computer programs, such as the Microsoft Office suite, have toolbars that make the application's functions readily accessible and easily identifiable. Some are customizable, enabling users to add, hide, or remove toolbars, adjust their dimension and location, or even modify their contents. Toolbars have a variety of usage patterns and designs. The usage patterns include primary toolbars, which are designed to function without a menu bar. either removed or hidden. They also include the supplemental toolbars, which are designed to operate with a menu bar and the toolbar menu, which is basically a menu bar executed as a toolbar. There's also often a search toolbar, which provides search tools, textual tools, and bookmarking tools for browsers. Trademark. A trademark is an identifying symbol used to distinguish one company's product or service from another. The symbols may consist of a word, design, shape, pattern, or a combination of these images. It's important to check that you're not violating someone's trademark before you build your site. This starts with the selection of your domain name. Many affiliate marketers will intentionally register a domain name with a trademark in it, hoping to rank high for the trademark word. This can result in the company who owns the trademark taking the domain, which they may be able to do legally, so it's not a good strategy to take part in. Trends. Market trends are the tendency of the market to advance in a certain direction as time passes by. Unique visitors. Unique visitors are a measurement of traffic to a site. A unique visitor counts each visitor as one no matter how many pages they visit on the site. So whether a visitor navigates to 30 pages or just one, they're each counted as a single unique visitor. This is in contrast to page views where the number of pages viewed is the measurement. Both page views and unique visitors are good markers for the amount of traffic to a website. Many webmasters like to keep track of the number of unique visitors to their site per day and per month and chart out their traffic growth or decline. URL. Uniform Resource Locators, or URL, are unique addresses for files that are accessible via the internet. The most common way of accessing a website is by entering its URL, mostly homepage, in your browser's address line. It's also possible to access a file by its URL in the case with direct downloads. The URL is made up of a specific protocol of accessing files, a domain name that is a unique identifier to a certain computer on the network, a path name, either real or virtual, and a hierarchy to the specific location of the file. Usability. Internet usability refers to the techniques that make a site user-friendly and easy to navigate. This means that a website should provide content in a clear and concise manner, so that the visitors gets what he or she is looking for with minimum effort. Moreover, usability involves removing all the possible ambiguities that can mislead visitors. Viral marketing. Viral marketing, also referred to as viral advertising, is known as one of the most effective types of marketing. In a nutshell, this involves the use of social media along with various other technologies in order to raise brand awareness of a particular company in the online environment. In addition to this, viral marketing is also used for promoting particular products or services. Generally speaking, videos are the most efficient form of viral advertising. It can be easily shared on social networks such as Facebook and Twitter, and their impact is almost guaranteed, especially if they're well designed. The mechanism that lies behind this type of marketing is a very simple one. Everything is based on the underlying message. If people like the message, they're likely to distribute the clip. When they do, that clip will automatically go viral. This type of marketing is all about visibility and the impact it has on the public. VPS, or Virtual Private Servers. Virtual Private Servers, or VPS, are servers that run on a shared environment but are set up to be the same as a completely separate server. Therefore, a VPS is private like a dedicated server. It can also run specific software requested by the person renting the space, much like a dedicated server. A VPS is a step between a shared server and a dedicated server. The price usually falls in between the two. Often, you can get a good VPS for under $100 a month as opposed to a dedicated server, which will run you a few $100s a month. Web spam. Web spam is the deliberate act of manipulating search engine indexes in order for a site to rank highly in search engine results. This is also known as spamdexing. Currently, search engines are dedicated to finding these pages and blocking or removing them from their indexes altogether or having them ranked near the bottom of the results pages. White Hat SEO. White Hat SEO includes SEO that's within the terms of service of a particular search engine. Often it's not clear what they want you to do, so there can be a gray area, meaning you're not sure you've crossed the line or not. White Hat SEO generally refers to using good practices when building your site that result in a good user experience. With regards to link building, the line becomes more blurred. Google doesn't consider any form of link building white hat that's done with the intention of manipulating their search engine rankings, which is pretty much any form of link building. So, at its most basic, White Hat SEO is really about creating great content and making sure your site is crawlable. WordPress. WordPress is an open source content management system that many would consider a blogging platform. Websites built with WordPress enable a commenting system and can utilize many plugins that have been developed for all types of added functionality. X. XML. Extensible Markup Language, or XML, is a simple markup language that can be read by visitors and programs. Many APIs or application programming interfaces have been developed to process XML data. RSS feeds are typically created in XML and are recommended part of any website.